Hey guys, good evening. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I want to talk for a moment about the January 6th hearings and why they're important. So, Lindsey Megan McCain, I'm sorry, um, is a Republican in Wyoming, and she's a big part of the January 6th committee's investigation. Her and Adam Kinzinger is one other Republican that's involved with it, and Megan McCain's reelection campaign isn't doing so well. Her polls are pretty bad. People are talking about, that they're not arguing was it right or wrong. They're saying this distraction from inflation and all that kind of stuff. I get that. I understand that. And there's something to that. But you see, the problem with that is this. If you let this go and you make this only criminal and you just, well, let's forget about it. It happened a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's over with. You're giving a pass to white supremacy. January 6th was a white supremacist action, no doubt, no doubt in my mind. And January 6th kind of showed us that all the BS of Trump, that he kind of like gave white supremacy a gentler eye, that it was like they were gentler and they're not all bad and all that. Well, January 6th showed you that they're just as bad as they always were. That was always horseshit. So for me, I think there has to be a thorough investigation outside of the criminal, outside of the Justice Department. There has to be a thorough retelling of the facts and the events took place on that very fateful day and the lead up to that fateful day. Who knew? What did they know? Why didn't they come forward? Who conspired with Trump? Who assisted him? Who aided him? Who aided these groups to commit acts of violence on the Capitol on that day? A couple of things here. First of all, we've seen all these mass shootings since Buffalo and the Highland Park shooting and outside Chicago and other shootings. And I feel like Trump inspired a level of violence we've never seen before. The MAGA bomber and Tree of Life shooter. And these are our white supremacist shootings. These were not crime. These were white supremacist shootings. And I feel like if you don't really reach in and really look at this stuff, you're giving white supremacy a free pass. And you're in a way you're kind of justifying that they're doing this, and inside me that's wrong. I believe that's wrong. With Buffalo, the way I felt was that's a part of being a black man, that like at any moment you could be in a supermarket in your own neighborhood and a white man come in and kill everybody for no reason at all. Doesn't know anybody in there, and that this is a part of what it means to be a person of color or a minority in America today. There was a shooting in Kentucky years ago in a Kroger. Guy shot two black people in the parking lot and tried to go into a black church. And thankfully, the service was out. And I always thought about how like people didn't really recognize how bad that could have been. And now you've had Buffalo. It's the problem. There's always a great forgetting in America. There's a great forgetting about who built America, who strove and stooped and did all the work. And we're seeing that now, them altering history. If we don't stand up and make an impact, then January the 6th will become like the Holocaust. It'll be debated. It'll be the SS wasn't that bad. You understand, like this has to be serious. It has to be understood how dangerous this was and that the chances were very grave that people could have lost their lives. I'm talking about government officials, elected officials. I think that America, we're always at war. That it's almost like we've become numb to these crises of our national character. And I just don't want January the 6th to become another something, because they'll come back, and they'll come back smarter. See, one thing about Trump that I think, Trump had a lot of good white folks, white supremacists around him. I don't think Trump understood that his real weak link was the institutional people. That there were people in the White House who weren't right wingers. And normally in politics, like, you wouldn't care about that. But if you're Trump and you're committing criminal actions, you have to make sure everybody around you is down the ride. You can't have any weak link, because you're not operating legitimately. You're operating off of something else. You're doing something in your darkness. That's what happened with this stuff talking about him choking Secret Service agents and other things I've heard. These are from people who aren't political. They're just institutional folks that do a good job every day and see what's going on and don't like it. So we have to be careful, because you will get another Trump, you will get another fascist, and maybe next time he'll be successful, or he'll at least achieve his targets. Thanks for listening.